This is the Friday Night 360 AZ preview show. I'm Haley Stasiak. Jordan has the day off today. We have got a full show for you this morning. First off, we're going to start with Chile from Arizona Varsity. He's going to preview all the great games that are going on around the Valley this week. And then we're going to have Rich Wellbrock, Mountain Point head coach, coming on to talk the 2018 Pride and that matchup against Queen Creek this Friday. We'll have Ty Sifferman, Basha senior athlete. He's a dual sport playing baseball and football for the Bears, committed to play D1 baseball at GCU under Andy Stankiewicz. And then we'll round things out here with Northwest Christian head coach David Ennis. So a lot of good guests this week. We're going to get started here now with Chile. Talking all these games that are going on this Friday. We are week 5, halfway through the season already. It's pretty hard to believe. Chile, is there anywhere you haven't been this year? You've been all over the place, it seems.
You know what, Haley? Thanks for having me on. It's been absolutely crazy. I've taken the Sideline vlog to, I think, about 40 schools.
Wow.
Watched 40 schools since the summer.
Wow, is there one team specifically that's kind of stood out to you with all those Sideline vlogs you've done?
You know what? I really got an opportunity to take a closer look at Desert Edge. I found out about that freshman quarterback, Adrian Lara, and I've been so intrigued since the summer. I just haven't had a chance to make it out there for a game yet. Also, like all these 2022 kids, we are loaded for our class of 2022. I don't know if it's going to be as special as 2019, but it is a very good class.
Is there anywhere that you haven't been that you'd like to get out to? I know you mentioned just now Desert Edge, but is there anyone else you'd like to get out to?
I wish I could get down to the south a little bit more. I'd love to get to see some of those Tucson schools a little more hands-on, like the South Points, even like the Push Ridges, schools like that. I just haven't had a chance to get down to Tucson at all.
Let's go ahead and jump into the games that we're going to preview here. We've got Arcadia at Saguaro. We'll start with that one. You were at that Saguaro Shaft game last weekend. This Saguaro secondary is unreal, and that offense gets it done as well. What do you see here as they match up with Arcadia, who is also 5-0?
Man, I think that this game is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. I know people are saying Saguaro in the blowout, and I love this Saguaro team. They are so deep, and this is the week that they get their transfers back. A lot of people know that Connor Soley is one of my favorite players in the game right now. He is a dynamic player, plays both sides of the ball, has kind of carried this team to their 4-1 record, playing both sides. But I think people are sleeping on this Arcadia Titans team, 5-0, and people have to understand, Kerry Taylor is a product of the game, and he is one of the smartest coaches out there. Coaching staff, I think they're kind of equal. So it's just a matter of if the kids will fully believe and do the things that Coach Taylor wants them to do. If they do that, I think that this game is going to be within 10 points.
I agree with you. I think this game is a little bit more of an underrated game this week. I've heard the rumblings as well of Saguaro blowing out Arcadia, but there is some stuff there with Arcadia that I have seen that keeping my eye on with that. Let's move into Casteel at Williamsfield. Williamsfield had a big win against Marana last week. We saw Marana in week 0 against Horizon, really impressed with them. Good quarterback matchup here, obviously. Zach Shepard, who I know you are high on, and then Gunnar Cruz. What are you looking at with this one?
I really think that this game is going to be determined in the trenches, even though we got this very, very quote-unquote sexy matchup with Gunnar Cruz and Zach Shepard. But I do think that this is going to be one in the trenches. I think it's offensive line, defensive line that's going to win this. Will Noah Nelson's offensive line be able to keep Zach Shepard clean? Will Babcock and DU be able to keep Gunnar Cruz clean? But, you know, Gunnar Cruz has that fleet of receivers that he's grown up with, while Zach Shepard has had to, break in a whole new receiving corps. I don't know. This is kind of a pick-em game for me. I do want to lean Williamsfield, but that means that I can't pick. That means that I have to pick against Casteel.
What is it about Zach Shepard that you really like?
Zach Shepard is one of the more cerebral quarterbacks out there. People got to keep in mind that this is a kid that won a championship as a sophomore, had an amazing wide receiving corps, then lost them all. Then last year, his junior year, he had a brand new receiving corps and then lost them all. And then now he's on his 3rd receiving corps. And, I mean, the kid just continues to get better, more accurate, hits and creates new receivers. I just love everything about the kid. I know he has the Brown offer right now, but I think a lot of colleges are out there sleeping on him. And, he's just one of our great 2019 quarterbacks that, I'm just waiting for him to get another opportunity for Saturday. So I don't know. I just do not see Zach losing very many games. He's only lost 4 in his high school career, I think. That's a lot.
Desert Vista at Highland. We've both seen Highland this week or this season. Love what they're doing over there under Brock Farrell. Desert Vista is 4-0, kind of a quiet, undefeated team this season, I feel. Got a couple good wins against California schools. What is unique about this matchup?
Desert Vista, they got a tricky situation going on. I actually love their quarterback. They got a great quarterback over there in Parker Navarro. He's thrown for almost like 600 yards on the season. Their rushing attack is led by Grubbs, who's been fantastic on the ground, 11 touchdowns. I think that people are really overlooking their receivers. Like I said, I think they have a great quarterback, but Shepardson, Humphrey, Irvin, these are all kids that, they can fly down the field, and I'm waiting for them to really, really have a breakout game because I think their best receiver is averaging about 60 yards a game when I think that he could be averaging 100. And, they're going up against this tough Highland team. I don't even know where to start. Caleb Herbert's one of the best signal callers in the state. And they have, I believe that it's at Highland. So Desert Vista is going to have to deal with Farrell's
going in the Hawks den there.
Oh, my gosh. And Haley, just as well as I do from last year's game, it is crazy over there.
It is.
Coach Farrell has that school lit. That student body, they're ready for every game, home or away.
And the other thing with this one is their run game is pretty, all around. They have a few guys that can run the ball, obviously Connor Collamore and Daniel Wood specifically there, and then Dayton Huffman. And their receivers, they spread that ball out to all their receivers as well. But like you said, Caleb Herbert is one of the best quarterbacks, I think, maybe underrated a little bit as well. Let's get into Peoria at Desert Edge. I think this is going to be one of the better matchups this week. I know our man behind the glass, Devin Henry, is pretty high on this game over there in the West Valley. Peoria is still undefeated. Desert Edge is 3-2. Both of these teams are run-heavy teams, so these defensive lines are going to have a lot of work to do just holding that run game. With this matchup, what are the keys here?
Man, Jawan Price is absolutely nasty with the ball. He has about 150 yards rushing per game. And on the other side, you have Milton Rogers, who's, somewhere right around in the same neighborhood at 140. I'm not sure who's going to be playing quarterback for Desert Edge. I have heard that Adrian Lara, the freshman, is cleared to play. If so, I would probably lean towards Desert Edge. But, man, the big matchup here is going to be, I think, Jawan Price's offensive lineman, Jacob Golden, versus nasty Nasir Sims from Desert Edge. I can't wait. It's really, like you said, it's a run-heavy game. This game is definitely going to be won in the trenches and how the secondaries come up to make the hit. I heard that Stephen Ortiz, the sophomore from Desert Edge, has moved to corner. I'm excited. This is a big game. I really wanted to go out to this, but, I have another game that I got to go to.
Last but not least, in the preview part of this segment, Campo Verde at Gilbert. Jordan's talked a lot about Campo running back Matt Leisure. What is about him that you've seen or heard that gets this Campo offense going?
Matt Leisure is an absolute stud. That the second that he touches the ball, if you don't gang tackle him, it becomes a problem. You get break tackles. Once he sees daylight, he's out. And I know people are sleeping. He's definitely a sleeper right now, and he's done so many good things last year and this year. Campo kind of typically has a little interesting situation at their quarterback position. They don't usually throw for a lot of yards. Parker Newsman kind of leads the quarterbacks this year, and he's under 100 yards passing. I don't know. I'm fascinated by this game. Will Plummer, I think, is a stud, averaging over 300 yards passing. I'm kind of leaning for Campo because I like the run game. I love what Coach Ragsdale is doing, but, man, it's tough to ignore Will Plummer and what he's done.
Will Plummer, what else do you see on that Gilbert side of this game?
Ray Vega's tough on defense. He averages over 11 tackles per game. And that's something that, you're going to need because you're going to need somebody to get on Leisure quick and hope that the rest of your team jumps in with you because, you know, we all know Leisure is going to carry the ball at least like 30 times a game. So, you know, I expect that Vega, Carrasco and company, they're going to have to, you know, try to make Leisure hold him to under 100 yards in order for them to win.
Where is the Sideline vlog going to be this week?
The Sideline vlog will be out in Ahwatukee. I'm going to go watch Jack the Ripper, Jakim McKinney from Mountain Point play Queen Creek and their hype beast Christian Furman. I'm so excited about this game. I know a lot of people are like, Mountain Point's 2-2. Are they worth going to? I think that this is a team waiting to explode. Plus, everybody's got to keep in mind one of their losses is to Bingham, who's like top 20 in the country,
Utah.
and the other one is the young legend Spencer Rattler. So, you know what? This Mountain Point team, like, I kind of look over those two losses, and you know they didn't get a tune-up game for Pinnacle. So, you know, I kind of think, you know, that this game is a pick-em. I'm excited to see Coach Sherman, Coach Walbrock. I know Walbrock's kind of trying to get his troops to figure things out. I love the quarterback situation over there with Nick Wallerstead. Devin Larson on the other side. This is going to be an exciting game.
Well, stay tuned, Chile, because coming up next, we're going to have Mountain Point head coach Rich Welbrock. He'll help get you ready for that game. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it, as always.
Thanks.
That was Chile with Arizona Varsity, dropping all of the knowledge all the time on almost every single high school in the state. They had a busy summer going out to many high schools in North Valley, South Valley, and all over the Valley of the Sun. Keep it right here on the Friday Night 360 AZ preview show. As I said, we're going to have Mountain Point head coach Rich Welbrock coming up next.